Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist. But this week we're actually doing a soundtrack. We're doing the soundtrack to the classic movie, The Nightmare Before Christmas. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of run through all the songs. We're not going to spend too much time on a lot of them because they're more just instrumental things. But yeah, we're going to get through the 20 or 19 or 20 songs or parts of the score. We're also going to give out like little facts, little things, and kind of how we feel about each song and which ones are our favorite songs and this and that. And if we have any stinkers, we'll bring those up as well. If you didn't already know, my name is Tyler. Way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Apple Podcasts, go to Spotify especially. Give us 5 stars, 5 stars only. We have a phone number you can call, leave us a voicemail, send us a text. The phone number is 503-893-5307. And we have a Discord server. If you want to join that, let us know. We'll send you the link. And that's all I got for the intro. So let's just jump right into the soundtrack to The Nightmare Before Christmas. Or do you want to throw out like some facts, or what do you want to do?
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, whatever. So, okay, so real quick, this movie...
I don't see why you would present this as any different type of episode than a normal episode. We do,
I don't know.
Maybe origin stories. We could do like initial thoughts. We could do like...
Okay, you're right. Let's
anything.
do that, yeah.
You're acting like this is your fucking first time here.
I know.
Like, I don't understand. Is it your first time?
We just did a soundtrack.
Is it your first time?
2 months ago? Yes, this is the first time I've done this.
So that's fine. Then if it's your first time, I will allow that bet. But yeah, we just did a soundtrack.
I don't know why this is so difficult for me this week. You know, we've been doing this podcast for 6 years,
and half of this podcast is completely just nonsense anyway. We rarely ever get into the actual nitty gritty of the album, unless it's a Blink or just actually that's about it.
Korn
probably.
Or something. Yeah. Okay, so The Nightmare Before Christmas came out October 13th, 1993. So we were 6 years old at this time. So what's your origin story with this? Did you see this when this came out, or I'm trying.
I don't know. I don't think that I did. Honestly, I have really no definite facts, no definite memories of this movie until high school. And it wasn't until high school when, I don't know, really drama class, being in drama and in that whole scene, when it started to kind of come back to me. And that's when I really got into like musicals and I guess drama in general. Being in drama class got me into drama, right? Drama-rama. So that's really when I kind of dove into The Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't think I saw it as a kid. I would have to ask my mom to see if she remembers ever taking me, but I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
We never went to the movies that often as a kid. She would just show me like old 80s horror movies that would scare the fucking shit out of me.
See,
like
my mom was the opposite. I was never allowed to watch those kind of old horror movies from the 70s and 80s, but we'd go to the movies all the time. Complete opposite for me. But yeah, this movie Nightmare Before Christmas, I really don't remember seeing it until probably 7th or 8th grade. I was over at a friend's house and they really liked this movie and we threw it on one night. And
what friend?
Sean.
Bet.
God, you're so fucking annoying with this. People who are listening right now, Jeff has been doing this stupid thing before we were even recording it. It's so obnoxious where he just says bet.
That's what kids say. I wonder if our listeners are outside of the Southwest United States. I wonder if kids say this slang everywhere, or if it's just
bet.
A regional thing. Bet.
It sounds very regional, and it just means yeah, right?
It just like fuck yeah, hell yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
Bet.
I think I don't know. I'm 35. You know what's crazy? Like remember when tricks were for kids only, and then there was they stopped making like shapes, and it was just little balls.
Yes.
And then you remember like the whole like joke was no, they're not. They're still shapes. It's just because you're an adult now, you actually don't see them anymore. You don't see the shapes because you're an adult. Because tricks are for kids, not adults.
Oh, that's stupid.
That's funny though. That's cute. I like it. I dig
It's
it.
cute. It's fun. Yeah, but it's. Yeah.
But I don't know why
Bad.
I brought up this analogy.
I don't know why you brought up the tricks thing either, but it's okay. But yeah, the first time I saw it, I was in middle school, and I remember not really caring for it, and I didn't really like musicals at all. I still kind of don't like musicals. So yeah, I didn't get the hype. I still don't get the hype. But it's a cool movie. Overall, it's a cool movie, but it's way too hyped up. The music's fine. It's cool at moments, but
it is not fine. It is fucking great. This
It's
movie
good.
is
It's
great.
good.
Everything about this movie is great. Nothing about this movie is fine.
No,
Maybe
you're
Tim
right,
Burton's
you're right.
actual involvement was fine. Other than that, this
Yeah,
movie
he-
is great.
you're right. It's a solid movie, but it's still really overrated.
You got to
You
take
have
the
to
hot
admit that.
topic out of the movie.
But you can't. I mean, when we were in the early 2000s, it was just everybody was wearing Nightmare Before Christmas stuff, especially the Oogie Boogie stuff. And it's like, dude, Oogie Boogie's only in it for like 4 or 5 minutes.
In the
Barely
beginning,
fucking in it.
in the
God
beginning and the
damn.
end.
It's dumb. I don't know why he's so like beloved. I mean, one, he's a villain, which you should never really care for a villain.
Jack
They're evil.
Skellington's a fucking villain.
Yeah, technically he is, but he's less of a villain than Oogie Boogie. That's silly. This movie's. I'm so conflicted with it because it's a really cool, well-made movie, but the hype is just it's hard to get past it. It's really hard to get past it. But I'm
Okay,
trying.
well,
I'm
all
trying. So yeah, middle school is my origin story. So let's do we just want? So we also did mention before the podcast we didn't really realize until this week, but Tim Burton didn't have a lot of involvement with this. Yeah, it was his story kind of, and his characters and his creation, but he didn't direct it. He didn't write it. Well, he had a loose story, but he didn't do like the screenplay or anything like that. He was barely even there for all the animation stuff. So it's pretty crazy. I had no idea.
So it was this guy Henry Selick who
Mm-hmm.
did most of it, and he kind of like attributed to like Tim Burton laid the egg while Henry Selick like sat on the egg and hatched the bird. And I think
Yeah, he did all
I
the
think that
fucking
makes
work.
sense. Yeah, he did all the fucking work, but like it wouldn't exist
He did
without
all the fucking
idea.
animation.
It
True,
wouldn't
but he did all the
exist
fucking
without-
animation, man.
But then you look at the other stuff Henry Selick has done: James and the Giant Peach, Coraline, Monkey Bone. Dude, Coraline is fucking great. I still watch
I haven't
Coraline.
seen Coraline.
Oh my god,
I've seen James and the Giant Peach. I saw that before I saw Nightmare.
same here. I saw
Weirdly
James and the
enough.
Giant Peach. I think I saw James and the Giant Peach in theaters. That was
I
one
did.
I
I
did see in
did see
theaters.
it. Yeah,
And
I
it
did
fucking
too.
scared me when I was a kid. But goddamn, James and the Giant Peach is fantastic. Coraline is
It's a great movie.
fantastic. Monkey Bone, we were just talking about our boy Brendan Fraser. Crazy, underrated, like darker comedy, whatever. But Henry Selick, great director, did a lot of really really cool shit, and this is like Tim Burton's baby. So he just gave it to somebody else to do all the work, and then put his name on it, and then gets mad when people like call him out on it, and that's annoying.
Yeah, I don't like that. And I like Tim Burton. He has a lot of really great movies. And then I was reading also like what he was doing. The reason why he says he wasn't involved that much in this movie was because he was doing Batman Returns and Ed Wood. And I completely forgot about that movie, Ed Wood. That is a great, great fucking movie.
I don't think
Have
you've
you
ever
seen
seen Ed Wood.
Oh, it's so fucking good, man. I completely forgot about it until this week, but no, it's a great movie.
Because I'm not a big fan of Batman Returns. I think Batman Returns is a little too goofy. Batman
Better than the
itself is
first
goofy, but at least Batman kind of just like, oh wow, this is a new Batman, something cool that we haven't seen before. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Returns was better than the first one.
I don't know about that.
I
don't know
really
about
think
that,
it's better
dude.
than the first one. Well, either way, Michael Keaton's not a good Batman.
No,
I don't think he's a good Batman at all.
no,
But-
he's a terrible Batman.
Yeah.
If it's not the Nolan trilogy, I don't care.
You know what? And I like Val Kilmer a lot. I thought he had a really good he did a really good Batman.
He doesn't play the rich like spoiled brat that
Mhm.
well because it's not nuanced with. Why are we talking about Batman? Val Kilmer is not like nuanced with the rich boy to where he's just posing as a rich boy, but he's really a good guy. Val Kilmer's rich boy was kind of just like he actually is a spoiled little brat, whiny little bitch. There was no like deeper complexity to him, to his performance.
I still like them.
Eh.
I still like them better than Michael Keaton. He is. Obviously Christian Bale's the best.
The
without
best.
a doubt. He is the best.
Swear to
But,
me.
and then probably after Val Kilmer, then probably Ben Affleck. He wasn't a bad Batman either. He just got a really shitty movie.
Nah, Ben Affleck was a shit Batman.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was terrible. He's trash.
Whatever. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get back into
Moving on.
Nightmare Before Christmas. We're already, fucking
Off the rails, baby.
yeah.
That's what happens when there's no structure.
Well, we did structure it before.
Timing and structure.
So that's so annoying.
I mean, the Blink is related to this, right? I Miss You. We Can Live Like Jack and Sally.
Yeah. Okay.
This was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ninja Turtles 2. Is that what you were quoting? Donatello?
No, I was actually trying to do. I was trying to do Will Sasso doing Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, when he just goes, yeah. He does that yeah, but it's very kind of like he's agreeing with them, not the interrupting yeahs. But never mind.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into Dudesy again. So the music in The Nightmare Before Christmas, it's scored. The music, all the music is written by Danny Elfman, the singer songwriter from Oingo Boingo. He's done a lot of Tim Burton stuff. I mean, he did the Batman movies. He did The Simpsons, right? Didn't he do the theme song for The Simpsons?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
they all kind of have that Danny Elfman feel to it. That kind of like
Yeah.
dun, 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 like right that little like lower
There's
end
always this,
with
like-
the high end boom 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 boom.
It's like it has this like kind of tension to all of his music too. But yeah, so he did the music and everything like that. He was Jack Skellington's singing voice, but Chris Sarandon was the actual speaking voice for Jack Skellington. But Danny Elfman, I mean, outside of the animation, Danny Elfman is the true hero of this entire movie. He really is. His songs are just so unique. They're so fucking cool. And like I said, I don't really like musicals, but there's some really, really great songs on here. Some okay songs, but they're still not bad by any means. But Danny Elfman, man, he's an interesting character too. Very, very interesting character.
So we got essentially 10 songs when everything else is kind of just taking parts of those 10 songs and making interludes or overtures, girl,
Yes.
or anything like that. I think this what was I saying earlier? I was really annoying. I don't remember. Like something like that. I bet. I think this movie is set up like an opera rather than like a traditional musical. Like these songs are seamless. They are people just talking, doing things, but also singing, rather than like, let's stop what's going on. Let's have an aside. As far as like stage performances, let's have an aside. Now I'm talking to the audience. Now I'm talking either just to myself and doing a song. And then like after the song's done, let's get back into the plot. These are things that are they're moving the plot along. The songs move the plot along. And that's very operatic. That's not necessarily like a traditional musical thing in the sense. I don't know. I think that is really cool. I think that's really, really fucking rad. We are getting dialogue, like the town hall meeting when Jack is telling them about his plan. Fucking fantastic. That is unbelievable stuff. He is. I mean, I guess that's a little bit later on, but we'll get to that.
Yeah,
That's
we'll
what I
get to
think. Overall,
I agree with you. The story flows really nice. Some of the characters, I mean, like I said, Oogie Boogie, like why is he so popular? The whole romance
because he's
between
so
Jack
cool.
and the romance between Jack and Sally, I don't
It's
get
non-existent until the fucking end when they
Yeah,
kiss.
until the
It's
very
like,
end.
What? He liked her? What?
it. I know it comes out of fucking nowhere, but so we kind of start out the movie, the opening, all that kind of stuff is just orchestra score, all that kind of stuff, and then it drops into This Is Halloween, the true introduction I feel to the movie, where everybody's singing, Jack, the villagers, everybody's in it. It's a great I don't want to say uplifting, but it is an uplifting song. This movie and these songs in general are very dark. They're very melancholy, especially Jack's Lament, the song that comes after This Is Halloween. But I think This Is Halloween is a fucking banger. It's my 2B. For sure, my 2B.
Okay.
I mean, don't you agree? How it's just a great introduction, a great poppy introduction.
Didn't quite list them as like B's. This would be my. I guess if I was going to list them as tiers, this would be like upper B's for me. Absolutely. You're introducing the story here, introducing the characters. We're getting a lot of different characters here. The fucking creature under the bed, right? I'm the one hiding under your bed. Teeth glowing sharp, red, eyes glowing red. Like that's very like fucking. That's very like what is that? Motionless in White era band, whatever that is. I don't know. What is that
I
called?
don't understand. Yeah, Motionless in White, that band.
Metalcore. That's very like metalcore.
Oh, metalcore.
sounding.
Oh,
He's the
okay.
one
I see what
hiding
you're
under your bed. And I don't know. That's fun, I guess. but like my favorite part of this is the vampires. I like the vampires. The vampires in this movie fucking slay me. I think they're so fucking funny. And I like their part because it's in this town we call home, because they're already harming with themselves, and then everybody hail to the pumpkin song. I like that word hail. Hail is such a cool word. It's such a powerful word. It's a throwaway word that we don't use that often. We need to bring back hail more often. We need to hail.
That's true.
Everyone hail to the pumpkin song. It's like, dude, you're not even the fucking, like, you're just followers, but you're vampires. Like you're vampires, dude. You can just kill whoever you want, suck their blood. But you're hailing to the pumpkin song, not the Pumpkin King. The song. This is a town that is coming together for Halloween because they think they love one thing, and that is just Halloween. I don't know. It's cool.
It is. It's
cool.
a great song. So I'm going to play a little bit of This Is Halloween. I'll play some of these songs, not all of them. It's from The Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween, the opener from
transition from the vampires to the mayor, right?
It's really good.
It goes from that really low guttural fucking thing under the stairs to that thing and under the whatever, the spiders, and then it goes into the vampires, which is very swingy. This whole song's got a good swing to it.
It does.
And then like the vampires hit it, and then the mayor comes in, which is so goofy, right? In this town, very boisterous, very very aggressive, kind of like off beat a little bit, but still finds its place. Damn, that's good. That is fucking so good.
It is. And the mayor too. I like his whole design, like the two faces and everything like that. It's really cool. And he goes between the two faces, like his head spins around and shit.
Dude, like, so the Two-Face, right? A two-faced politician. That's what that is kind of playing off of. Fucking fantastic. Yeah. He has a quote later on where he says, like, Jack, when he's looking for Jack, and he's like, Jack, I'm just an elected official. I can't make decisions. That was another little dig at politicians. Well crafted character here. So good. So great.
I totally agree.
And the line
Great
in the
way to
song,
start the movie.
The line in the song, "Tender dumplings," he says like "tender dumplings everywhere. Life's no fun without a good scare." "Tender dumplings" is a Oingo Boingo song from like their fucking 7th or 8th album. Yeah.
Oh no shit. Okay. Were you ever a big Oingo Boingo fan?
No, I like Only a Lad. I think Dead Man's Party is cool. I think it's fun. I have Only a Lad on the vinyls, but that's just because that's like
you do like that song. Yeah, you do like that.
I like Little Girls. That song. That song is fucking phenomenal. It's so good. But the album itself is really great. There's a lot of cool songs on it. But the band's cool. I don't know. It's 80s music. I didn't grow up listening to 80s music.
Yeah, my mom and dad used to listen to Oingo Boingo when I was really young. I remember them playing Oingo Boingo. But I never really liked it as a kid, so I never really listened to it growing up. Or as a teenager and stuff. But I mean, I really respect Danny Elfman. I think he is a great songwriter, and this proves it. You know, this is one thing that proves that. But
and the same with like Devo too, right? Like Devo, I just never really grew up listening to Devo at all outside of Whip It.
Yeah.
But then when we started getting into the vinyls, and then I picked up their first album, and that was just like fucking blew me away. I cannot believe it was that good.
Yeah.
So
I understand why people were so inspired by Devo. I mean, that first record is fucking great.
It's unreal.
I totally get it. Yeah. But all right, so This Is Halloween. Are we good with this song? Should we move on?
Yeah. Tender dumplings, baby. That's all I got.
Okay, so then we get into Jack's lament. He's at this point in the story, he's just kind of tired of how it's the same old celebration year after year. He wants something new. He wants something different. He wants more excitement, and he's trying to figure out what he can do to spruce up Halloween. And and it's kind of it's a sad, somber, kind of melancholy kind of song, and it's fine. It's good. It's a good way to progress a story because, like you said, the soundtrack does a really good job at progressing the story through the music and lyrics in the music, rather than jumping from a scene into a dance number or whatever. It's really well done.
This is if I were to like put B's on them, this might be like my top B. I really like the Oogie Boogie song, but this might be like my 1B. What B is this for you?
This isn't a B for me.
Whoa!
Yeah, I have 6 B's. I have 6 B's, and this isn't one of them.
Wow. I love this. It's so somber and depressing, but also has like this hint of like self-confidence and just wanting more. This is your classic I want song that we see from most, if not all, Disney princesses, right?
Yeah.
Like every fucking Disney princess movie has like an I want song. What are their dreams or aspirations of those characters? This is it. But it's kind of like not exactly like an I want song because
it's not inspirational. It's not, because normally with the songs from those Disney movies, like, yeah, it starts off kind of sad, but then it builds and builds and builds, and then it becomes it's this huge crescendo, and it's super positive and happy, and then the story starts, and then they build that character after the song. But this one, Jack's Lament, it's not like that at all. There's nothing about it is uplifting.
But it's, I mean, like even in Little Mermaid, when she's talking about part of your world, that's a little bit depressing because she wants to be somebody that she, at that point, she can never be. She wants to be somebody with legs. She wants to be somebody up where they talk, up where they walk. So it's like she can't be that without magic and things like that. So that's a little bit sad too.
It is, but it still has that rise in the song, and it hits a really high point that this song doesn't hit.
But it's still a song about like dreams and aspirations. It's still about wanting something, and that's what I can't even think of a Disney movie that does not have a princess singing about what they want, what they dream of.
True, yeah, or even Aladdin.
Think in their head.
Look at Aladdin. I mean, what was it? The one step. What's the one song? What the fuck is that song?
Ahead of the breadline, one jump, ahead of the sword. I still only what I can't afford.
But that's kind of what that song is too. That's the equivalent. Or
even Disney princes have their I want song, but
yeah.
You know, I don't know. It's this is a great song. It's fucking dope. And what really gets this for me, and I think what hit hardest watching this for the first time in high school, or at least for the first time that I was able to appreciate it, is when Jack takes off his head and he says that he can recite Shakespearean quotations, right? And he's holding that skull in front of him, his own skull, which is fucking so funny and so cool. Yeah. And god damn, dude, that one shot, there's so much depth to that. There's so much depth to that. Because that's so, like, Hamlet is famous for two things, right? It's famous for being visual, that thing, somebody holding a skull, and the Hamlet is famous for the number two, the to be or not to be speech, right? Yeah. Like those, except for Romeo and Juliet, the Wherefore Art Thou Romeo, like to be or not to be is the most popular thing Shakespeare ever wrote.
I think that is the most popular thing he ever wrote.
More than Romeo, Wherefore Art Thou Romeo?
Yeah. To be or not to be is bigger for sure. More quoted.
I don't know. Well, I don't know about that, dude.
Well,
either way, I mean, both of them are fucking this top two, no matter what, for sure.
Yes.
But
yes.
Butts
are for pooping.
Butts are for pooping, as Aaron would say in The Office. So like that. God, I have so many notes written about this Hamlet thing. You want to get into it? You want to do it? You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Let's play Jack's Lament real quick, and then we'll come back.
Skip will appreciate it.
And then we'll talk about the Hamlet stuff. So here it is, Jack's Lament from Nightmare Before Christmas. Jack's Lament from the soundtrack we're doing today. I'm sick of saying Nightmare Before Christmas. It's too long of a title.
It's pretty long. It takes a long time. I get it.
Yes. So yeah, let's you're such an idiot. Let's get into
stuff.
Your Shakespeare stuff, because you're much more of a Shakespeare man than me.
And I'm not even like that deep of a Shakespeare man, throwing that out there. But it's a very throwaway line that you kind of just think, oh, that's a nod to Shakespeare because he said Shakespeare, and maybe you didn't know Hamlet, maybe you did know Hamlet, but you've seen somebody in theater hold a skull in front of their face, assuming that they're talking to the skull, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like that's most people would think that when seeing that scene. But it is from Hamlet, and it's when Hamlet finds a skull of someone Hamlet cared for, can't remember their name, but like holding the skull, it caused Hamlet to like contemplate his own existence and the existence of man in general, and just be very introspective. But the skull was meant, and Shakespeare did this shit a lot, which is, oh my God, it's so good. It's supposed to be like like you're talking to a skull, dude. That's a joke. That's silly. That's easing tension. And that's what we see like Jack doing. But like the to be or not to be part, that's not really part of the holding the skull thing, because the holding the skull thing came from when he's grave digging, and he's like, oh fuck, man, that's like my friend from back in the day, and he picks up his skull for some reason and then starts talking to it. But the to be or not to be part's a later on part. But because Shakespeare didn't write like stage direction, he wasn't a director, a producer, he just wrote fucking scripts. So there's a lot of things open to interpretation, and there's a lot of things that have been lost over time. So now society in general, and again, I'm not a huge Shakespearean person. This is just what I see. I think we have mashed together two different scenes. We have mashed together Hamlet holding the skull, thinking about his friend, being very introspective about his own existence and why he even is on this earth, or what he's even doing this life, with the to be or not to be part, which is a very important part of Hamlet, because that's the part of Hamlet where he thinks he's alone, but people are listening. They're eavesdropping on what he's saying, trying to like figure out whether or not he's crazy or whether or not he's actually whatever. But like this whole thing is going on in like 2 fucking seconds. And it's done in The Night Before Christmas the same way Shakespeare would have wanted it. It's done to progress it forward, to kind of give this introspective thing that Jack is deeper than just this once a year, one hit wonder. He does want something more, but it's funny because he pops off his head. That's exactly what Shakespeare wanted to do. Ease tension, ease a little bit of tension. Fuck, I love this song so much. This song is so goddamn good.
And where does this sit for you as a banger?
As of right now, it's my 1B now.
1B? Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
I love the song. I think it's a great song. I think the melody is great. But I think it's well crafted. I think it's well crafted from somebody that has to know at least something about Shakespeare, or just really fucking lucky. But there's no way Danny Elfman is just really fucking lucky. Like, he had to have known that Shakespeare did a lot of goofy things in his plays. He wrote a lot of goofy things in his plays to ease tension, because it can't all be like serious. It can't all be just dark black comedy. You got to put little things in there to ease attention.
But also,
and how do you ease attention to people 500 years ago? Or where the fuck it was? I don't think it was 500 years ago.
I don't think it was that long. Well,
how do you ease attention? It was at least 200-300 years ago.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. Whatever.
How do you ease the tension of people like 200-300 years ago? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? Yeah, that's how this guy talked to a skull, because that's silly, right? Nobody does that.
But also, I don't think that was Danny Elfman's call. I think that was the director's call. Remember, like, these songs, I think they're pretty sure the songs were written after, or written before. They had to have been written before the actual animation and the story. So, I mean, maybe he wrote the lyrics after he saw the storyboard. That could have been it. But I mean, I would say this is more the director's vision rather than Danny Elfman's.
I don't think so. I think Tim Burton made it very, very clear that Danny Elfman is essentially in charge of music. Everything else is.
But they wouldn't
Tom
have animated. It's Tom Selleck.
Tom Selleck's brother. I think Tim Burton made it because he told Danny Elfman, yeah, you got the job. Don't worry about it. You're Jack singing voice. Don't worry about it.
They had already worked together and everything. I mean, they were
homies,
friends
don't
for
worry
a long
about
time.
it.
Well, I
But
mean,
like, you don't just like jump into a Disney movie and just start giving away parts. That's not the way it fucking works. Silly boy talk. It's not the way it works. So I think like I didn't find a lot about exactly how it was divvied up, except for that Tim Burton wasn't involved as much as I thought he was. But I think as far as the music goes and what Danny Elfman envisioned happening while these words are being spoken,
Well, I did read
because I don't see the contrary. I have to believe that he had more input to what is happening when the words are being spoken than Tom Selleck's brother did.
maybe you're right because I did read somewhere that that Elfman and Burton had made the music. Well, I mean, Danny really made the music, but I mean, they worked together on the music. They did most of the music before they even started making the movie, because Burton was originally going to do the movie, but then he couldn't, like I said, because of Batman Returns and Ed Wood. He didn't have the time, so then he had his buddy Harry Selick, right? What's his name?
Tom Selleck's brother.
Tom Selleck's brother, yeah. You're so dumb. But yeah, so now that I think about it, yeah, the music was written all before the movie was made. But I don't know. Who fucking knows at this point?
I mean, this is just like dropping deep down that rabbit hole of a throwaway line that could have just been happenstance. It could have just happened. Much ado about nothing, as it were.
Yes, that's okay.
I love Jack's Lament though. It's fucking dope. It's a classic. I want Disney song. I wish Disney song with a dark twist. Fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. It is good.
And the scenery's
hard
fucking
to even
rad,
say this
dude.
is a Disney movie though. Like, this is very loosely a Disney movie, I feel.
It's a Disney movie 100%, but
It is.
we're only dancing around it because Disney was clearly like, I don't
They didn't
know
wanna
if I
do it.
fucking want to fucking do this. What the fuck, God?
Because, okay, so
Except
real
it's
quick.
the first stop motion to ever rated PG for one, and it was
Yeah.
put out by Touchstone. That's not that I don't know if it is now, but it wasn't Disney at the time, and it was the first one since Roger Rabbit that wasn't like fully animated.
True.
There's no animation in this at all.
So a little backstory too. Tim Burton had come up with this idea from a poem that he wrote back in, I believe it was 1981 or 1982, and then he came out with a movie called, like, a stop motion short called Vincent. Became really popular. Then eventually he made Beetlejuice and the first Batman movie. He fucking blew up after that. Edward Scissorhands blew up, you know. And then up until that point, Disney kept saying, like, he kept bringing it to Disney, like saying we should do this at least as a 30-minute short. Let's do a 30-minute short or whatever, or like a one episode of something, or like a short mini series. They kept saying no. And then, yeah, once he blew up and they realized, oh, well, maybe just off of that we can make money, they decided, okay, let's do this. Let's greenlight this. And then that's when they decided, let's make a full length. And that's when he said he couldn't do it. And then that's how a different director was hired on to do it. But I mean, it's crazy how this dates back that far. I didn't even think about it. And then I also read that Tim Burton was fired from Disney in 1984. I don't know why he was fired, but he was fired from Disney in 1984. And then after that, he went to Warner Brothers and made Beetlejuice and Batman, the first Batman. So I thought it was a really interesting backstory on how the creation of all this.
Dude, there was so many fucking bizarre things. Like, it took 100 people like 3 years to make this movie.
I know,
Because
isn't that insane?
1 second of stop motion was essentially like 12 different moves they had to do. That's fucking
I read
nuts.
too that they had I think it was like 120 different faces for Jack Skellington
Yeah.
that they would swap out. It was unreal. And then I guess, like, for Sally and some of the other minor characters, they just used, like, essentially CGI or just animation to do the mouth. But with Jack Skellington, like, that was just all literally stop motion. Like, God, it's such a tedious task. I don't know how they didn't go crazy making this. I mean, this movie's like an hour and 20 minutes long, I think.
Yeah.
It's long. For stop animation, this is fucking long. And there's a lot of detail. Like, this isn't watching, the old Christmas stop animation like Rudolph and shit, like Little Drummer Boy, where that stuff is very, very basic. I mean, this is really thorough, detailed shit here. It's insane. It's really insane.
And that's like going back to Jack's Lament, where he's walking through the graveyard and stuff. Like, that's where we're introduced to Zero. And then that's like, if you think of Nightmare Before Christmas, you're thinking of the picture, the still, the shot. It's from Jack's Lament when he's walking on that hill thing with the moon in the background. And that hill thing is like all
such a
curled
cool
up,
shot.
but it fucking unravels itself as he walks down.
Yeah.
And he's like, why does he unravel? Why does that fit? Why does that hill unravel itself? Is it
He's
alive?
the king
is it
of
dead?
Halloween Town.
Does it know that? Does it he'll fucking have thoughts? Does it know who the king of Halloween Town is? That his only job is to wait for Jack to come and sing to himself because he's sad and unravel itself? It's unfucking believable. And that shot with Jack at the top of it with the moon in the background.
It's so cool, man.
Oof.
It's so fucking cool. And what I really like about the movie too is that, you know, since it came out in '93, they haven't tried to fix the errors of it. Like they've still kept in like you'll notice like little parts where the animation looks really, really jumpy and everything. And I love that they never tried to fix that digitally. Like they left every single imperfection in there, and it just adds so much more character to the entire movie.
I think it was
really fucking rad.
I think it was like Tom Selleck's brother or somebody else that had somebody interviewed him and said like, hey, like if you were to do another Night Before Christmas today, like would you do it? And he said, fuck no way, because the studio would never allow us to do it by hand. They would never allow us to hire 100 people in over 3 years. They would want all the CGI. He said, I don't want no fucking CGI. I want to do it the way you're supposed to do it. Just tedious, long time. And did you ever see the movie Chicken Run? Or did you ever see like Wallace and Gromit, like those old claymation things?
Yeah, Wallace and Gromit, but I never saw Chicken Run. No.
Chicken Run's fucking dope. But like Wallace and Gromit, like all that claymation stuff is just so fucking cool, man. It's just it's so unique, and you just don't need the CGI. You just don't need it, because those little spots were like, yeah, you can tell a lot where Jack's arms move in fucking weird ways, and Sally walks weird. She was supposed to like walk even more weird, but they felt like she looked like she was too drunk constantly, but she still walks kind of weird because they couldn't quite get it right. Dude, that's what makes this movie so amazing. All claymation so amazing.
Yeah, it really is. And you know it's so funny to think. So like a movie nowadays, like a Marvel movie the budget for that is gonna be like $150 million, $200 million, some shit like that. But then it'll bring in like over $1 billion. So the budget for Nightmare Before Christmas was $24 million, which I don't know inflation-wise.
They had to beg for a bunch of more money too.
Exactly. So I don't know what that is inflation-wise, but whatever. $24 million, and box office now is $91.5 million, $91 million. So I mean, this is a huge fucking hit, a sleeper hit, as some might say. That's what I was reading. But yeah, I mean, they can like budget-wise, they could easily do it again. It's just, I don't think the studio wants to go through the headache of doing it all when CGI is technically easier, but it is more expensive. So it can be done very, very cheaply. It's just, I think it's just finding people who have that patience to do it, which I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't have that.
I like that Tim Burton is very, very, very aggressive with this IP. Like there was talks of doing sequels, of going into like Thanksgiving Land or whatever land it was, and he was like, nah, like I like leaving, because there's 7 doors too, right? There's 7 doors in the beginning. That extra door, if you list off all like the main quote unquote holidays, that extra door is just like a firecracker, and that could be like Independence Day, like for America, or whatever the British think they celebrate over there for American Independence Day, which they probably celebrate American Independence Day too in England, I would think, right? But he's like
ducks over there.
Imagine, that's so good. But he's like, no, we don't need more stories. This story has been told. It's done. And even in the soundtrack version, Patrick Stewart, there's an intro and outro, and Patrick Stewart, Professor X, talks about how Jack had a bunch of kids. He has like little skeleton babies running around. And that's weird. That's cool, I guess, because Santa Claus comes back to thank him. But I think this is a story it's fine. It's it. We don't need anything else. I don't ever want anything else. I don't care to have anything else.
I think it was in 2004 they came out with a video game, which was essentially the sequel to the movie, and it was actually overseen by Tim Burton, so it wasn't just something completely random. But that is technically the sequel. And then I read too that they came out with a book, which is also a sequel. They came out with a book this last August in 2022, but it's a sequel, and it's from the perspective of Sally. I don't know how popular that was, but it just seems completely unnecessary and very, very stupid, because Sally is a dumb fucking character that I don't give 2 shits about. She's very, very boring. I mean, she doesn't do anything. She has a vision. She has a vision that something bad's gonna happen to Jack, and then that's it. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, nobody listens to her. Like, what does it fucking matter?
It's true.
It's just a pointless character. It was a pointless part of the story, and the whole love story.
She's literally the only voice of reason in the entirety of Halloween Town. But it's not like it matters anyway, because,
no,
like you said, nobody listens to her.
And nobody acknowledges her. Even after the fact, nobody... I don't even think at the end Jack even acknowledges her. Or
they
they
hug and kiss, and that's it.
Yeah, but he doesn't like apologize to her for not, you know...
He never apologized. Even when he fucks it all up, he's like, "Wow, I really fucked everything up." Yeah, but I don't care because I'm the Pumpkin King. He doesn't fucking apologize. Doesn't learn his lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jerry Seinfeld of this fucking Halloween Town never learns his lesson.
All right, so let's move on. Let's move on to the next song. We haven't really talked about a new song for a while.
Girl.
So getting into, I mean, according to Spotify, Dr. Finkelstein / In the Forest. This is just an instrumental, kind of moving the story along a little bit. You're introduced to Dr. Finkelstein, however you pronounce the name, I forgot. And he's weird looking and creepy, and he's essentially Sally's. Yeah, he's Sally's father. He's the one who created Sally. She's like a Frankenstein monster, and so yeah, it's kind of that introduction and everything. So
this is the transition period before what's this that we see. This is when like we see the doors in the forest, and Jack, and apparently too like the shot that has Jack grabbing the doorknob, which is a cool fucking shot, and it has the background behind Jack, all the doors in the doorknob reflection. That was the hardest shot the entirety of the movie to shoot. They just could not fucking get it correctly.
Really? Okay.
I mean, this is basing off all of like the 345 IMDb trivia facts that I read this week.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense. I believe it. But
there's a part. Oh my god! There's a part when he's going through the door, and he opens the door and it's just black. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And then the kind of darker ambient, weird music stops, and you hear the song "What's This?" But it's very, very soft. It's very quiet. It's very slow, and there's a good silence there before he actually falls in there. I like that. I like that silence.
All right. You never played Kingdom Hearts, did you?
No.
Yeah.
No. I've always wanted to, man. I've really always wanted to.
I mean, it's cheesy. It's kind of childish and everything, but it's cool that you get to go into all these different Disney worlds and play in the worlds. And in the first one, and I think all three of them actually, you get to go into Halloween Town and Christmas Town, and you fight bad guys, and then you fight Oogie Boogie and all that kind of shit.
So fucking cool.
Yeah, so like the first Kingdom Hearts, it pretty much follows the story of the movie. But after that, after that game, when you go back to Halloween Town, it's different, obviously. But yeah, you essentially play the whole movie within that world of the game, which is really cool.
I like that.
But yeah, anyway, so let's jump into. So Jack opens the door, goes into Christmas Town, and then this song, "What's This?" is just him marveling at everything he's seen. He's never seen snow. He's never seen trees like this. He's never seen lights like this.
Green. He's never seen color.
Yeah, this is all so different and such like just he's blown away by all this. So that's what this song is about. And this is my 3B on the out of all the songs. I like this song a lot.
What was so Jack's Lament was a no B. This is Halloween is your 2B?
Yeah, that's my 2B. And then What's This? Is my 3B.
So your 1B is either Kidnap the Santa Claus or it's Oogie Boogie Song. That's cool though.
Or it could be something else.
No, it's not.
We'll see.
So what's this? This I feel like this could have been like an Oingo Boingo song. This could have been an actual rock song. Like that's how it's presented. That's how it's set up. That's how it plays out.
Yeah, he has that bouncy sound when he writes music, almost like polka. Kind of that bounciness that polka has, but it's not that polka beat, but it has that same bounciness to it. And that's how Oingo Boingo is too. And a lot of these songs, and I can't really say for his other movies. I don't really remember Batman being too bouncy at all, but whatever. What's This is it's a great banger, and it's a great way it was a great transition into Christmas Town and showing everything that that goes on in Christmastown, and it's cool. It's a really, really good one.
I like
What other stuff do you have on
so
this
a couple things here. I like when you see the train and it's puffing out the little smokes, the smoke things from that trains do. I guess I don't know. I've never seen trains puff out smoke before.
Well, because they're steam trains and we don't have them anymore. But
I don't. Trains aren't real. I think it's cool that the train horn is on beat. It's like the ding 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 ding. It's a boom boom boom. I think that's fucking so cool. That's so rad. Not on key, but on beat. That's fucking dope.
yeah.
Jack says, "What's this?" 18 times. Okay.
Does he really?
Yeah. Little random fucking throwaway tidbit there. I thought that was kind of funny though. And I like that when we first see Santa Claus in the shadow, his hand looks like his claws. Because of the way it's set up, when he drops his hand, because of the way the lighting is behind him, which is fucking rad, because now we're getting to the nuance of lighting, just how it's throwing a shadow onto a hill of snow. The way he drops his hand, it looks like claws. And his other hand has a cane in it. So when Jack sees this, he's like, what the fuck is that, right? Because he doesn't know what's happening here. But also, this is also the first introduction we see as to Jack being a villain. He spooks that elf, or is it an elf or just a random child sleeping, I guess.
I think it was an elf.
But he's like knocking over shit. He's fucking damaging things. He's ruining snowmen. Like he's fucking wreaking havoc on this little town here.
Yeah,
he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't fucking care. But goddamn, dude, what's this? That is such a banger of a song. The inflection in the voice, the what's this, and then what's this? Like how he God, it's so it's so theatric. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I agree. So I'm going to play a little bit of What's This, so we'll get more into it and then move on. So here it is on the soundtrack that we're doing.
What's this? What's this?
What's really cool about this song, because he's in Christmastown, the way that Danny Elfman wrote the music, he used the sleigh bells in the background. Like it's the percussion that really sets the song apart and gives that Christmas feeling with, like I said, the sleigh bells, but also like the other percussive elements, like the xylophone that he uses, which is a very, very Christmas kind of thing.
There's a couple songs in here with some good xylophone-age.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I even just like the overture, the first song, he's using like a vibraphone. It's like very exotica sounding. It's great. I fucking love it. I love it. You know, I'm a sucker for the vibraphone.
I love that this song, you can hear him be very, very ecstatic. You can hear him just kind of taking in all of these exterior stimulus and processing it in real time. Mm-hmm. Because he says, what's this 18 times, he's constantly going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. Like he can't focus because it's so much mental stimulation that it's just overloading his brain. And that's so fucking cool. And you can hear in Danny Elfman's voice. He's a great singer. He's a great singer at doing this. He's
awesome.
He's a great singer at doing this.
Did you notice? I didn't notice until I played it just now, but right before he starts singing, you could almost hear the mic turn on, and then you hear him smack his lips. Like you could hear him open up his lips before he starts singing. And I love that that's not edited out. That they kept
that's
that
cool.
in there.
I did not hear that. That's fucking dope,
I didn't hear it until right now.
That's cool. That goes along the lines with like Jack, like popping out of the snow, looking around like, what the fuck? What's this? Like, dude, imagine it's a cartoon and stupid. I get it. But like, imagine, right? You're in this whole nother world, like literally an entirely different world that is complete opposite of what you know. Like, how would you react? Would you write a good song like this when you're sitting there?
I would write a better song than this.
I don't know.
It's true,
about
dude.
that, dude.
Oh, it's true, dude. All right. So at this point, he's so overwhelmed, and then he's very inspired, and he wants to bring a lot of this back to Halloween Town. This is what he feels needs to be added to Halloween and really kind of fulfill his desires. So he goes back, and we get into the town meeting song, and he's telling everybody about what he saw or his interpretation of what he saw. And this is where he wants them to kind of recreate what he saw in Christmastown. So that's what we have here. Oh, you hear the snap? God damn it.
I hear everything. I hear your claps, your snaps, everything.
Yes, you do. So that's what this song is, and there's a lot of like back and forth between the villagers and Jack, and this is a good song too. This is a solid song. This is my 5B.
5B. Okay, that's good. That's solid.
What do you
That's
think of
fine.
this one?
This is like middle tier B. I think this is a great song because this is the best example of progressing a story forward with dialogue. But fuck it, let's just sing it, right? Why not just sing it? And that's exactly what is happening here. That's why Joseph, the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, is so great
Oy.
because it's just, hey, instead of talking, let's just sing. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. It flows. It makes sense. And it's presented as like a discussion. But what's cool, little tidbit here too. Also, there's a clay model of the evil queen from Snow White at the town hall meeting in the background in one shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
She's there.
cool. That's really cool.
So sick. Love it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So this is
But
a good one.
this is cool. This is a good one. I know. It's fine.
Are we wanting to play every song?
No, we don't have to play this one.
Okay, because I'm down to skip some of these just to kind of move things along. So at this point we move on. There's the song is Jack and Sally montage. This is just a score. There's no lyrics or anything like that. Do you have anything about this one?
Oh no.
All right. So at this
Wait.
point, like I was
I
saying.
got one thing.
Oh, what? You said
I
no.
said no, but I
that's
was
okay.
in a little fucking. Did you hear me sneezing?
I did hear you sneeze. but I
Jesus
also heard you say
Christ!
no.
Oh my God! But
So
yeah,
I
like
thought that was
if
it.
you hear me fucking sneezing, you ask me questions. Jesus. Oh, I'll remember that. Remember that next time.
God, fussy boy over here.
Next time you're drowning in a pool, I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions.
Do
before
it. I dare you. I
Throw
dare you.
you a life vest, which I never would. You just fucking drown. So the part when Sally jumps out of her window, that's fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah,
That is fucking nuts. Even the band that is playing outside Jack's house or her house or whoever's house is at, even they turn their heads when she hits the ground. And this is Halloween Town. This is the town where like everyone's like half dead and people are melting. Dude, she jumps out of that window. That's minimum like PG-13 shit right there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's pretty.
true.
That was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, I never really thought about that, huh? That is pretty gnarly for a Disney movie, for a movie essentially made for kids.
And it wasn't even like she just like leapt out without thinking. Like she looked down. You could tell she thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then she jumped. That was, I don't know. Watching it this week, I was like, wow, I cannot fucking. This is why Disney was like, yeah, no, but I don't know about this dude. Danny
I kind of
Elfman,
wonder how
Tim
much
Burton.
they wanted to cut out.
This-
Like, if this got through-
that had to be a fucking insane.
Yeah, if this got through, I can't imagine what was actually in there that they wanted to do that was rejected.
But then how else would you explain Sally giving Jack like that care package? Like how did she get out of the tower? She fucking jumped, dude. She jumped in straight like aerial status. She jumped out the window for a guy that doesn't fucking even know her. Even though Ariel just gave up her legs for a guy that she just fucking met. And, ugh,
Yeah, I know. Little Mermaid's stupid. Dumb movie.
so stupid.
Dumb songs too. Hate the
Whoa,
songs. It's
hold
one
on
of
there,
the
dude.
worst,
Hold on
the
there,
worst
dude.
soundtracks.
Kissed a Girl? Are you kidding me? That like
Oh,
Calypto?
God, it's
Come
so
on.
bad. It's
Na,
so
na,
bad,
na,
dude.
na, na, na.
No, it's
You're
bad,
crazy.
dude.
Under the Sea. Under the Sea is solid. Suburban
Under the Sea
Legends
is a
doing a cover.
terrible fucking song. Under the Sea is so bad, dude. It's so embarrassingly bad. Hate that song.
Things will be better under the water. Leave it to me.
Oh, so bringing it back to Kingdom Hearts, there's you go to that world, you go to Atlantis, and you know how like in video games like they'll play like the same song on looped in the background while you're just playing. Well,
Yeah.
when you go to Atlantis, that's all they play is Under the Sea, but without the vocals. It's just that instrument. So you're having to listen to that song for hours, for a couple hours at least, while you're kind of going through and fighting enemies and shit like that. And it's just so terrible. It's so fucking bad. I hate
Like
it.
I think like the Little Mermaid could have been a cool like coming of age movie for a princess.
Yeah.
I think it lost itself in like the third act. But like Part of Your World, I think that's a fucking dope song. That's just somebody
that's
that's
one of the
somebody
better
wanting
ones.
to be a part of something they don't understand. They think is different. That's just classic like teen angst. I know what's here at my house, but I want to be part of your house because I know what's here. You know, these kids do stupid shit. I get it. I like it. I like the song. I think it's fucking fantastic. I just think Little Mermaid loses itself in Under the Sea is pretty goofy. And like the third act of Little Mermaid is just fucking trash. Absolute trash.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm always right. That's fine though. Let's go to Jack's Obsession.
Okay, Jack's Obsession. So what do you got on this one? This is where in the story he's locked himself in his house up on the hill, and the townspeople are worried about him because they haven't seen him in so long, but he's just so obsessed with studying Christmas and trying to figure out what it's all about. And so that's pretty much what the song is. It's the concern of the townsfolk, and then it goes into him singing about what he's learning. And there's some cool stuff here musically. I mean, I like that I think it's a baritone sax that he's never really utilized in any of the other songs on this record, but it really cuts through in the mix on this one, and it's a really nice touch. Really, really nice touch.
I think this song is presented in a way that he really wants you to hear what Jack is saying, because he's just talking. He's just talking when he's talking to himself. Like, what does it mean? What does it mean? That's more of the melody coming into it. That's more of putting melody to this beat, putting it to the lyrics. But I think he wants you to hear what he's saying overall mostly. That's why the song is bottom tier B for me. Because it starts off with like something's up with Jack, something's up with Jack. So we're already getting that little bassy kind of low end, that doof 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 going in there. But I think the song is mostly about what is he saying, because he's talking to himself. He's trying to figure something out.
And this song seems like the most musical sounding song off of this entire soundtrack. Like, this sounds like it's straight up out of like some 1950s musical, 1960s musical. It's very basic.
Not a strong melody,
basic.
Nothing, you probably, if you're not really familiar with the movie, you wouldn't be singing the song after the movie's over, for sure.
But it also has, like, when the townspeople are singing it, it's like they're kind of singing it in whispers. Like, you see that as like a common thing in a lot of musicals, like, ooh, da da, wah, wah, wah. It's just this very kind of like frantic whispering thing that people do in musicals, and
it's true.
It's very basic. It's a very, very basic song. It's not a banger for me, but it's still good. It's a good way to progress the story.
I like the way the vampires, when the vampires, after they deliver the line, they all go off screen. But the way they do it is they flip up their drape, like with their right arm flipping it up to shield their face, and they go off together. I think that was really funny.
I don't remember that part at all.
I died. I thought it was really funny.
Bet.
Yeah, that's
Bet.
fine. Okay.
Okay, so let's move on to my favorite song, "Kidnap the Sandy Claus."
I knew it. Here we go.
Why?
Because you're fucking, because of the Korn song.
It's good,
God,
man.
You're so fucking basic.
I don't give a fuck. That Korn,
I know you don't give a
Korn
fuck.
cover, it's good.
It's not the best. It's not the best cover.
What are you gonna say? Rise Against is the best cover? Because that's
not the best cover.
Dumb.
Do you want to get? We should have already gotten into the covers. Actually,
We should have. Yeah. Well, okay. So let's jump into the
there's
covers.
There's
let's
only
do
one
it now.
that I actually care about. Well, we should do it as we're doing with the song. So this is Halloween.
Whatever.
We should have went with Marilyn Manson.
That wasn't a pretty good one. Pretty straightforward. Manson, but it was good.
That was absolutely okay. I didn't like it. Didn't hate it. Don't think he added anything. Don't think he took away. Just fine.
Yeah.
But I did like All American Rejects doing Jack's Lament. I think Tyson
I like
Ritter,
that one too.
I think he has like a swag to him. I think he kind of has like a Jack Skellington swag to him. I like it. I like the confidence, but it kind of also like the insecurity. I think it's cool. I like that one. But the Korn one,
yeah,
I think the Korn one is the second best cover, and this Nightmare Revisited or whatever it is. I think it's the second best.
Okay, so let's touch upon Nightmare Revisited. So this was a record that came out in 2008, all covers of all the songs, all by different bands, and it was for the 15th anniversary of the movie. And it's a wide range of different musicians on here. Like we said, All American Rejects, Manson, Korn, Flyleaf, some DJs and stuff like that. Some people I've never heard of. Plain White T's were on here, and then did you listen to the Tiger Army one?
That's the best one. That is.
You like that one a lot?
I've always liked this one. That is the best one.
Yeah, so they did Oogie Boogie song, and it's technically a B-side from this soundtrack. But yeah, the Tiger Army one, that one is really really fucking good.
Get to
one,
that
the
later.
Corn.
Get to that later because
Yeah,
I got a lot of stuff about that one.
So then let's do the corn because some of them are just they're just stupid. Like the Flyleaf one is really dumb.
There's a lot of them that are stupid.
Yeah, they're just some really dumb ones. But yeah, the corn one, Kidnap the Sandy Claus. This is dude, this is straight up like 1998 sounding Corn. Like just everything about it just sounds so fucking good. You get the really high kind of spooky guitar parts with the big chugging heavy guitars. You can hear the clacking of Fieldy's bass. This is a great fucking cover. I love this cover. It's awesome.
I think this cover is absolutely fantastic. I think it's so good. I think this cover shows that like a band can take something in their realm and make it just their own. Make it their own.
Yeah.
I have better things to say about Tiger Armies, but I think this cover is absolutely fantastic. I think it's so good. I think they add to this. I think Kidnap the Santa Claus is a fucking catchy song. Like
it is.
How do you top it? Like how could you possibly make this song better? And Korn did it.
Yeah. And in this point in the movie, you're introduced to three. Maybe you're not introduced at this point. Maybe they're introduced right before. But the three kids, what is it? Shock. Wait, what are the fucking kids' names again?
Lock, Shock, and Barrel.
Lock, Shock, and Barrel. Yeah. So they're on the song. They're singing. I mean, it's voiced by Paul Rubens or Pee Wee Herman, and then Catherine O'Hara also is one of the kids, and I forgot who the third kid is, but yeah, there's a lot kind of going on in this song. There's a lot of cool different vocal melodies going on, and they're all everything is just really, really good in this song. It's catchy. I think it's the catchiest song. This and This Is Halloween are definitely the catchiest songs on this entire soundtrack. But dude, it's really good.
1B, huh?
Yeah, this is my 1B. And going along with the story, so this is at the point where Jack is wanting to go kidnap Santa Claus, bring him to Halloween Town so that he can be the one to go deliver presents to all the kids and everything like that. And then, so this is them kind of plotting to go kidnap him and then eventually kidnapping him and bringing him back to Halloween Town. So that's where we're at in the story in relation to the song. But should I play
Let's not. This is just another bullet in the chamber of Jack being the villain of the movie, because he went straight to the kidnapping part. It wasn't like, hey, let me talk to Sandy Claus, to see if we can work something out. And we know like kidnapping's probably frowned upon because everybody freaked out when they couldn't reach Jack, right? Earlier in the movie, when they didn't know where Jack was, everybody fucking freaked the fuck out. So we do know that there's a sense of urgency when someone's not accounted for. And here Jack is going from like 0 to 100. Like, yeah, I want to do this. I'm just going to take his fucking job. Let's kidnap him. Villain.
Yep. So should we play the original or the Korn version?
Play the Korn version.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That's what I was going to suggest. I'm really going to play the Korn one, though. I don't care what you say.
I said play the Korn one anyway.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if you were being sarcastic. So
no,
here it is.
Sure, play the Korn one.
The Korn version of "Kidnap the Santa Claus" because it's the better version. Here we go. It's good, man. Oh, I love this song. This is like always on my playlist every year around Christmas time, Halloween, Christmas time. I always throw this on my main playlist, my main general playlist. I love it.
I will say like it. It's a little too scary for the movie, so I don't think it's better than the original. Mm-hmm. But I think it's goddamn good.
I mean, Korn. I mean, we all know, anybody listening to the pod and who knows me knows that Korn is the greatest band ever of all time.
Yeah,
and
sure.
They really do. They do covers really well. I mean, this is a great example of it. I mean, they did "Word Up," which is a great fucking cover. The way they corned that one up. It was fucking awesome. Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs. They did a great cover of that song too. Like they're
corned that one up.
They corned that. They did.
So man.
Good. But it's true. You've heard Word Up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so goddamn good.
I like that phrasing though. Corn that one up.
And then the Devil Went Down to Georgia from a couple years ago. That was fucking amazing. That was fucking amazing, dude. Obviously not as good as the original, but That was so goddamn
They,
fucking
they just
good.
didn't add anything to that one.
No, they corned it up. Not
And you-
not as much not as much as Kidnap the Sandy Claus, but they really churched it up. For sure. Ah,
Okay.
dude.
I read
Corn is so good.
I read this week that while they were recording that Kidnap the Santa Claus, he like live streamed or videoed so fans could watch them like produce the song like live what do you call it, in real time.
Yeah, they shot a bunch of footage of them recording the song, and then they released it as like an unofficial video for it.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And they had their touring keyboardist at the time, Zach, and he did a lot of the soundscapes for the song, and it shows him playing a lot of the like weird keyboard parts and everything like that.
That's
It was
fun.
cool. Yeah, it was really, really cool, man. I fucking love that song.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's good.
All right, so let's move on. Or do you have anything else on Kidnap the Sandy Claus?
That's it. That's all.
Okay, so then we get into the song "Making Christmas." I don't know. What do you think of this one?
First of all, do you hate the Rise Against version?
Oh, dude, it's fucking terrible. Like I went into this,
Hate
with an open mind.
Hate
Yeah, okay, there's no way it could be that bad because these songs are so good. But no, it's fucking terrible. It's
Making
so fucking terrible.
Christmas, la la la. I like
I
it. I
hate
like the
Rise
Rise Against version. I dig it. I think it's cool. I think it's like a little kind of like a little punky thing going on in the Rise Against style.
It's just not a good style.
I think it's silly you don't like Rise Against. That's fine. But this song
not
is
good.
fucking dope. This song is awesome. It's got this like lower end kind of noodling to it, and you hear like that xylophone. You hear that xylophone part in this song.
Yeah, and
Or
I
vibraphone.
like this.
I don't know what the fuck difference is.
I like this part of the story too because it's where the town is all trying to kind of fulfill the dreams of Jack by trying to make Halloween Town more like Christmas Town, but it's all really demented and kind of fucked up what they're doing, and it's just I thought it was a funny take on all of it, and it's the song is fine. I feel like the scene is much better than the actual song, which is weird because I usually think the opposite, but it's a fine song. Do you want to play the
And
Rise Against version?
No. Actually, but we could if you wanted to, but that's fine. I don't really care to. Even though you're the only person I think of this pod and people that listen to this pod who really hates Rise Against that much.
Because they have one good song. That's it.
They have at least 1.5 good albums. They have a lot of good songs.
State of the Union is the only good song they've ever done.
God, he can like growl pretty good too.
He can, but he's just sucks.
You know what? You're
He
just
does, dude. He's so bad.
he's not so bad.
He really is.
He's all right.
Ay.
He's all right. That's okay. We can skip Making Christmas. Making Christmas. No, no, no.
We can really play it. I do like the song.
No, because we have a lot of talk about the Oogie Boogie song, and then
Okay.
just end it out here, I guess.
So Nabbed is the next kind of instrumental. This is where they actually capture Sandy Claus, right? I'm trying to remember now. Okay, yeah.
They talk to him, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And like, "Yeah, we're
Yeah.
fucking taking you," and they fucking take him.
Yes.
Kidnap
yes,
him.
yes.
The Sandy Claus.
And then we get into the Oogie Boogie song because this is where the kids lock, shock, and barrel. They bring Sandy Claus to Oogie Boogie, which is like their boss essentially, and then he throws Sandy Claus like up on like a giant wheel and is threatening to kill him, and then that gets into the song, and he's like kind of gambling with his life, and it's the song is better than the scene for sure.
Why do you hate this song? And why do you hate Oogie Boogie? And why do you hate all of this?
This song is my
understand.
4B. This song is my 4B. I love this song. This song is really, really good. There's a
You're
lot of
joking. You're joking.
There are a lot of parts in the song where it reminds me of Screamin' Jay Hawkins. He has that little bit of flair that Screamin' Jay has.
That's the point.
good.
That's what's supposed to be happening here.
It's great. No, I think this is a really good song. I love it. The scene is it's fine.
The scene's fucking dope because the scene is now. Don't forget, this is stop motion animation, and now we're throwing black lights in. We're all of these things are glow in the dark, but like laser tag looking kind of shit, kind of color schemes here, and I don't know, dude. There's cool little like nuance to this. Oogie Boogie throws the fucking dice, and that sandworm from Beetlejuice like comes out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
That's so cool, man. Like everything about this is cool. And then when Jack comes in for the rescue, and there's a whole other slew of things. But this song is fucking dope. This song has a very, very kind of like swing to it, kind of like that jazzy New Orleans type swing.
Yeah,
It's-
a little bit of funk thrown in there, but it's very, very subtle.
And his like speech pattern, the whole like you're joking, like he's just talking. I can't believe my eyes. You're joking me. You gotta be. It's like that's goddamn. That's fucking good, man.
Yeah, it's.
I-
I do like this song a lot.
I was looking it up, and this guy's like not like anything. I thought this would be. I thought I was going to research this week and look up who sang the Oogie Boogie song, and like, holy fuck, I can't believe it was this guy. But like, it was just a guy that did some voice acting work for other things, but it wasn't anything like crazy. Like it wasn't like Screaming Jay Hawkins did this fucking scene or nothing like that.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
a guy. But goddamn,
Ken,
dude slayed
Ken
it.
Page,
Dude,
right? I think that's
slayed
his
it.
name.
Yeah.
Ken Page, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking through it right now. He really has done nothing.
Yeah.
Movie wise, I mean, he did All Dogs Go to Heaven, but he was the voice of like a minor character in that. Yeah, he's done really nothing at all. Maybe he's just like collected residuals from this movie and various episodes of TV he's done.
Yeah, he does like random little tidbits of he'll come out and do the Oogie Boogie song here and there,
Yeah.
which is cool. Which is crazy too, because Catherine O'Hara, who was the fucking mom in Home Alone, right? She and she was in Beetlejuice. She sang Sally's parts. Like she has
know,
a
that was
fucking voice
cool.
on her. I didn't know that.
Her voice was much higher too. But like, well, I actually didn't think it was her until I looked it up and double checked, and sure as shit, it was her. I
That's
was
fucking
very, very
cool.
surprised. Yeah, definitely.
Makes me love Home Alone even more. I think that's my favorite my favorite Christmas movie.
Tammy
Makes
and I
you love
watched
it
both
even
of them
more.
yesterday. We watched both of them yesterday.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, one after the other. God, I mean, the second one is really good, but it's a carbon copy of the first one. Like every beat is exactly the same as the first one. It's identical. It really is, but it's still so much fun.
I'll honestly, I could go for fucking days about Home Alone. The first one,
The
I
first
think
one's
it's
so good.
beyond perfect. The second one, though, I love the pigeon lady. I love the idea of her. I love how Kevin comes to terms with her. I love what she does for him. I love what he does for her.
But it's the
Fucking love
same thing he
pigeon
does
lady.
in the first one with the neighbor.
Not quite.
With
not
Old Man
quite,
Markley. It's the same thing. It's the
Not
same
quite.
beat. It's the same beat. Come on,
Not
dude.
quite. It's
It's-
very, very similar.
They both help each other.
But no, yeah, they
Yes.
do. But the pigeon lady is far beyond gone. She's cast off from all of society. In the first one, old man is just cast off.
He's
from
cast
his
off from
family.
his family, which is the same. I mean,
That's not
it's
the same thing as being cast off from society. Like society has left her behind. She's the pigeon lady. She lives on her fucking rooftop. Her only
But
friends
she-
are pigeons.
But
Nobody
she
likes
also
her.
the only reason why she left because she was so heartbroken. And in the first movie, Old Man Markley he's essentially heartbroken because of his son.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing, dude. It's the same.
No, it's
thing.
not. You're being silly boy right now.
No,
you're
even-
telling me
even
the
when you look
same.
at the
thing.
pacing
Your
of the movie,
family
it's exactly the
your
same.
family casting you out is the same thing as society casting you out.
But society only cast her out
What are you
because she
talking
chose
about?
that path. She chose that path, just like Old Man Markley did in the first one.
Yeah, but he's not forgotten. He still goes to the store constantly. Nobody bats an eye. He's fine.
Okay.
He assimilates himself into society. Pigeon Lady does not assimilate herself into society.
Otherwise, it's the same fucking story.
she's an
I mean,
outcast.
he gets left behind. Then there's that whole middle part where he's kind of like doing his own thing, causing mischief, having fun, and then
He
then
didn't
it goes
cause
into
any
the,
mischief. He was left behind. He could do
but
whatever the
he
fuck
still
he
causes
wants.
mischief.
That's
He
not
causes
mischief. That's him. Like he's the victim. He's the victim.
No, you're right. He is the victim, but he's still causing mischief.
He's fucking lucky. That's all that happened to his dad's credit card.
And then at the very end of the second one, it shows that he ends up charging almost $10,000 worth of room service.
Yeah, but they should fight that shit because he's not old enough to do it. And Tim Curry
that's
should
true.
not. Rocky Horror Picture Show over here should not have allowed that to happen.
Oh, dude, every time I get to the part where where Kevin's mom slaps Tim Curry in the face and the way his lip quivers. Oh, dude, it makes me laugh so fucking hard every time. It's so fucking funny. And then also when Tim Curry comes into the bathroom when the inflatable doll is in the shower.
Oh, so
and then
good.
He yells at him and he freaks out. And when he runs out, he runs over that nightstand and he hurts his knee. It still makes me. Those two parts are some of the funniest things in that entire movie. Tim Curry is perfect in that movie.
You ever notice in the first one? And this is, I mean, I really do love the first movie a lot.
Yeah.
You notice that Old Man Marley's hand heals as the movie progresses?
Yeah, it does. How does he hurt his hand? It never shows how he hurts it.
It doesn't matter. It's about the wound. It's about healing. It's about getting better and better and better. When he buys the medicine in the store and that's where he sees Kevin and Kevin freaks out, his hand is healing as the movie progresses, as Kevin comes to terms with not being afraid of the boiler downstairs, of being home alone, of his family not existing, of being kind of a douchebag. And then Old Man Marley, his hand heals as the story progresses.
Yeah, and then he sees him in the church. His hand's not, I don't think his hand's damaged there. But that's also the same night that everything goes to shit. It's crazy. It's funny. It all happens in like 2 days.
Yeah.
The whole movie is like 2 days.
Damn, what a fucking movie, though. What a movie.
I love it. Oh, also in the second one, when Marv electrocutes himself on the washer or dryer or whatever, and then he's screaming, and then he turns into a skeleton.
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Dead, dude. Like, you're dead. The first one was believable. The first one, I felt like it was a little bit more believable. The second one, when he was like dropping the fucking bricks on their heads from the top of the building, you're dead. You're dead. Know, yeah. Kevin just killed those guys.
One brick off that building, yeah, you're fucking dead.
Fucking dead.
And he gets like hit by 5 bricks. and then at the end of that part, Marv is on top and then Kevin's on the bottom. He says, "Eat brick, kid," and he just chucks it again and completely fucking misses him.
Yeah, eat brick, kid. Yeah. God damn, how is that okay?
And then also when they're ice skating in the second one, and then Marv like skates over to Harry, and then he just like steals those kids' gloves
from that fucking kid right off his neck, and nobody says anything. The kid just keeps skating. Unbelievable.
And then Harry hits all his pigeons with his newspaper. He's like, "Get out! Yeah! Get out of here!"
That was real. That's New York.
Oh, I fucking hate pigeons.
Disgusting animals.
Ah, shit! I love Home Alone. Both
yeah,
of them.
I do. Home Alone is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Elf is number 2, and I recently just watched Miracle on 34th Street again. The 19 fucking I don't know
34.
Whatever the fuck it was. Is it 34?
I think it was 34. Yeah.
That was oddly specific. Why did
maybe it's not. Because I was going to watch it a couple days ago.
It wasn't the remake. It was the old one.
Yeah, the one from the 90s was the remake with the girl from
Still good.
Matilda.
Still good. Yeah.
Miracle, but I think it's the 1930s, I think.
But like I like a good the reason why I like Elf so much, the reason why I like Home Alone so much is I like a good ending to where the suspension of like belief is there. And with Christmas, like Christmas is just this time of like Santa Claus, and I know it's stupid, but like in Miracle on 34th Street, it's like, dude, we are led to believe that this guy is Santa Claus.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this, for all intents and purposes, this guy actually is Santa Claus, and that's fucking dope. I think that's really cool. And an Elf, right? What's his dad's name? I don't know what his dad's name is. James Caan.
Yeah.
Like he's the reason why like Santa's sleigh can't like go up into the stratosphere and drop bombs on all of the American boys and girls. So he has to like sing to believe, and that's like, I don't know, that's cool. I like that suspension of belief. I like that. I dig it. Only in Christmas movies. Otherwise, it's just dumb or Marvel. But let's get back to Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
Okay?
So let's.
Because I'm the boogeyman. Whoa.
All right, let's get back into the Oogie Boogie song. Should we play? I kind of want to play both versions, the OG and the Tiger Army.
So here's where I come up with like the best cover of this era here. When you listen to Tiger Army's version, it's just like, dude, this song was made for this band.
Yeah,
like it's unfucking real. This song was made for that band. Whereas Korn is doing a cover of somebody else's song, I feel like Tiger Army is just doing like their own song. It like that's their fucking song.
Because there's this kind of like I don't want to say crooning to the original song, but there's this kind of old 60s 70s feel to it, and that's what Tiger Army does really well. So maybe that's why it sounds as good as it does.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, that's in the ballpark. I think Tiger Army doesn't just like make this song better. I think the song was written for Tiger Army.
You think Danny Elfman wrote it 20 years before?
Yeah, for Tiger Army.
For
yeah.
Tiger Army. All right, so which one do you want me to play, or both?
I mean, I don't know. Play whatever you want to play.
I want to play both. They're
Play
both really good
at the same time, back to back.
at the same time. So here's the actual soundtrack version, the movie version of Oogie Boogie song for Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, there's the version from the actual movie. Now here's the Tiger Army version of Oogie Boogie song. Okay, there's a bit of the Tiger Army cover of it.
Dude, so good.
Was this the first time you ever heard the Tiger Army version?
No, I've liked this. Honestly, I've liked this version for many years, many years. I cannot even believe how amazing this is. Even before we did like Tiger Army in the pod, even before we had the podcast, I've liked this version. I think it's so fucking cool. I think it's so suave. That like tremoloed reverb guitar, the whammy,
the stand-up bass and everything too. It's
so good, dude. It's so good, and he still sounds confident. He still sounds like Oogie Boogie. He still sounds overpowering. He still sounds aggressive, but still confident. I love it.
What's weird about his vocals too, he sings a little bit higher than he normally does with Tiger Army, or does with normal Tiger Army songs. It's much higher, and I love, they got to do the woes. I mean, Tiger Army is just, especially in the first three records, especially, the amount of woes on those records is just so signature of them, and I loved how they threw it into this version, this cover. It's fucking awesome.
And I like the woes here because they're not loud woes. They're just very calm woes. Whoa,
yeah,
whoa. You
God, they do them so well. Both kinds of woes so well.
They're good. That's a good cover. I think this is the best cover on the Revisited album.
All right. So some other covers that were not on the Revisited one, which I don't want to talk about. I don't want to go into deeply, but I do want to mention them. Fiona Apple did a version of Sally's song, which is I don't care. I listened to all these ones. I didn't care for any of them. Fall Out Boy did What's This? Fucking dumb. She wants revenge to kidnap the Santa Claus. How can you get better than the Korn version? That's just silly boy talk. And then Panic at the Disco did This Is Halloween. And of course they would have done, the most theatric song on the entire fucking record.
It was fine.
I
didn't hate it.
It's just I mean, but you like that first Panic record. Like you
love that
you're
first Panic
more
record.
Tolerant of their bullshit than I am.
Love it.
But okay, yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. So let's jump into the or do we have anything else on the Oogie Boogie?
Goes on the Boogie Man. Whoa. No, that's it. That's
good. Okay, so we move on to Sally's song. This one is about her kind of like predicting something bad happening to Jack, which eventually does happen. And her just trying to warn him and everybody else of it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we are story-wise. The song, it's not a banger for me, but it's still really good. It has this like kind of, for lack of a better kind of word or description, like a Parisian sound, like you hear like on old Disney movies, like Aristocats. Like a lot of the songs in Aristocats have that kind of French sound, but I think I only call it that because I associate it with Paris with that movie because it takes place in Paris. But I get that kind of that sound, that melancholy, romantic kind of sound to the song.
Okay, I could see that. I mean, I don't know. This song's a low B for me.
Yeah, it's not a B. I mean, I don't care to play it unless you really want to.
No.
Okay, so let's move on to Christmas Eve montage. What part of the movie is this in? I don't remember.
So this is when we see like the full moon of Christmas Eve, like when he's doing like the flyover. Another random tidbit it's a complete throwaway trivia line, but the only times post World War I and release date of the movie that Christmas Eve had a full moon were 1950, 1958, 1969, 1977, and 1988. That's it.
Huh.
5
Weird.
years.
That's really weird.
Yeah. So
Wow.
this movie had to have fallen in the time period of one of those. It's probably 1988.
Maybe. But it seems like a very it seems like it would have taken place in World War II. The way like it was shot down, like it seemed like a very
So
I don't know.
1950 would have been the only other date.
yeah, that would have been closest to World War II. I don't know. That's a really interesting tidbit. I don't.
Somebody went back and like looked at all like the maps or whatever the fuck you call them. I don't know. That's funny.
That's weird. I mean, I highly doubt Tom Selleck's brother or Tim Burton were conscious of this. I think they just wanted a cool thing, so they just put a full moon there.
For sure. This is just digging into things that aren't there,
Yeah, definitely.
which is what we do.
Yes, exactly. So then we get to Poor Jack. So at
The
this
last
point,
true song.
yeah, the last true song. So at this point, this is where Jack is flying over. He's flying over for essentially the world, and he's trying to drop off Christmas presents, but it's like fucking up. He's dropping like evil things down the chimneys, and it's like hurting kids and killing them probably. And then eventually it gets on the news that there's a terrorist essentially. So then they dispatch jets out and they shoot a missile and they literally shoot him out of the sky. Like this is like super fucking dark.
Yeah.
It's so surprising when you see it. Like it just really comes out of nowhere.
Like anti-aircraft fucking shots are being hit at him, and he doesn't know it at first. He's like, "Oh, watch out! You almost hit us." I say, "Wait, I think they're trying to hit us."
Yep. Then he gets shot down, and then it goes back to Halloween Town. The villagers are mourning, the townspeople are mourning, and everything. They're wondering what happened to Jack. They're sad, this and that, and that's where you get Poor Jack.
Let's go. Yeah, because there's Poor Jack, and then there's the To the Rescue thing where he saves Santa Claus. The Poor Jack. Yeah. This is supposed to be the part of the movie where he repents, where he really kind of like, wow, I really, really fucked up. How can I fix this? But he doesn't. He fucking doesn't. He gets cocky, and he doesn't even seem to feel bad because he still says, "What the heck? I did my best." Like, fuck you, dude. You're an asshole. You're a piece of shit. You like kidnapped this dude, took over his job, did a horrible job at it, ruined the fucking lives of all of these people here. And like, all you have to say is, "Well, I did my best." Are you kidding me? Like, are you joking my ass right now? This is why Jack is the villain. This is why Jack is the fucking villain, because he does not learn his goddamn lesson.
Yeah, he's not good. None of the characters are good outside
He's an
of
asshole.
Santa Claus, I feel.
Sally's good.
She's fine, but she's just dumb.
She's worthless.
Yeah, she's worthless and dumb. Like that doesn't necessarily make her good. She's dumb.
Zero's good.
Zero, yeah, I like Zero. We didn't even talk about Zero. I thought, dude, that's such a cool name for a dog, right?
Did you know?
God
I didn't know until this week. Did you know Zero's nose is a fucking little pumpkin, a little jack-o'-lantern?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Is it? I've never even thought about it.
I read that trivia, then I was like, no fucking way. And then like at one point, I paused it and I was like, holy shit. It's a little tiny jack-o'-lantern.
That's so rad. Yeah, I never noticed that.
Fucking dope. Yeah, Zero's a dope-ass fucking dog.
Yeah, love the name. I would like to name my dog Zero. Like if I ever got whenever I get another dog, I would like to name it Zero, but then I wouldn't want it to be associated with this movie because that's just so lame. But
you could be the little kid from Holes, Shia LaBeouf's best friend, Zero.
Is it really that's the kid's name? Zero?
Yeah, I think because like he has no name or somebody didn't care what his name was because he's just like a little like black kid that nobody gave a shit about, so they called him Zero or something. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Also, Zero is the alter ego of Billy Corgan.
That's oh god. Is that why he's always posting shit about like Zero skateboards?
Yeah, because that's his brand. It was the brand he created post.
He created Zero skateboards?
Yeah, that whole brand. No, I don't know if he created Zero skateboard. Well,
no,
he created that Zero logo and everything. That's his. Yeah, that's him.
Huh. There's no fucking way he created Zero. That's like Jamie Thomas's brand from the 90s.
Yeah, and that's when he created Zero, the character Zero.
But I don't think like he has any. I think now he probably does, but there's no fucking way that he
like
created.
the word Zero and then the star below it. That's
No, because Zero was always like the skull. Like the skateboard that I have currently today.
Oh, you're
is
right,
my
yeah.
skateboard
Then-
from high school.
yeah, they're different. I'm looking it up real quick, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they're different. Yeah.
Because remember in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1, you have Jamie Thomas being the only guy that rides Zero. I don't know if he created it, but I mean, I don't know. But like I just thought like Billy Corgan and Jamie Thomas were friends in real life. That's why he always posted stuff on Instagram, which I don't even follow them. I don't know why. I guess the pod page does. That's annoying.
So you're forced to look at them.
Yeah.
We'll have to do more research, but yeah. Zero
Jamie Thomas is
also
fucking dope.
really cool.
I guess the pod page follows Jamie Thomas. He's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, so is Billy Corgan. He's pretty cool too.
No.
Okay. Well, let's get back to the movie, the soundtrack.
Yeah, we're pretty much at like the big rescue scene, and then we're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's jump into that. Do we want to play? Do we want to play Poor Jack?
No, don't need to play Poor Jack. I don't think it's that great.
I'm fine
of a
not
song.
playing
That's
anything.
a bottom B.
Yeah.
for
I'm
me.
fine not playing anything the rest of the episode.
Yeah.
So to the rescue. What do you have on this one?
There's a lot of cool stuff here. This is when Jack's coming back to save Santa, and Oogie sees him, and he's scared. So Jack has fucked him up before, and don't forget,
Well, Jack's
in
the
the
king.
beginning of the movie, we saw Oogie Boogie in the moon. He says, "I am the moon, fucking shadow of the night," right? He's the face on the moon that was washed away with the bats. So Oogie's afraid of Jack, but not that afraid of Jack because he still attacks him. But there's some cool shit going on with this little world that we're going here. The slot machines, right? The slot machines that hold up the gun to shoot Jack, right? Remember?
Yeah, it's pretty. Yes, that's pretty.
One-arm
pretty dark
bandit.
for this.
That's what we call fucking slot machines are one-arm bandits because they just steal your money. That's fucking dope, dude.
I've
a
never
literal
heard that
one-arm
before.
bandit.
I've never heard that before.
You never heard somebody call a slot machine a
No.
one-arm bandit?
No, I've never heard that. And I guess the actual like lever that you pull, that's just one arm. So that makes sense.
That's the one-arm bandit. Maybe you don't gamble
Wow.
enough just to think or just hear that. I guess I don't know.
I don't. I hate gambling.
I do too. Slot machines are the fucking worst.
Yeah.
And then like the 7 on the machines too, the reels, they're replaced with 13s. I thought that was fucking rad.
Yeah.
That's cool, right? And like Oogie is literally made up of hundreds of individual bugs. And then I read that animators who were tasked to make bugs for this final unraveling scene, if they had any downtime, it's like, oh, if you're finished with your project a little bit early, just make bugs. And they literally made hundreds and hundreds of little tiny bugs and just like smushed them together to make this final Oogie Boogie scene.
It's a cool scene when he unravels.
Fucking dope, dude.
Yeah.
So cool. And then like when Santa Claus leaves Oogie's den, he puts his finger on the side of his nose, which is so dumb. It's so weird. And I was like, why does he do that? But it's from the fucking poem. The night before Christmas, he says that in the poem it goes, and laying his finger on the side of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. That's from the
What?
fucking poem. Yeah. Yeah. So when
I
Santa
love
Claus
that.
puts his finger on the side of his nose and like gets sucked up that little chute,
Yeah.
that's straight out of The Night Before Christmas.
No way. I never.
How fucking cool is that?
I didn't even notice he does that in the movie. Wow.
It makes no sense why he does it. Like, why does Santa Claus put his fucking finger on his nose anyway? I keep doing it as I say it too. I don't know why, but I keep touching my nose.
This is why we need to turn
literally
this
doing
into
it
a
again
video
now.
pod.
I know.
That's what you
Just
have
keep
to turn
doing
this
it
into a
again
video
right
pod.
now. It's annoying.
Which is going to happen soon. Everybody listening, we're going to have it.
Yeah.
It's all going to be on video soon. So,
Shout out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I don't know. That's fucking cool. That's cool that it's a nod to a poem, to whatever, a Christmas story. I don't know, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's fucking dope. I love this scene. I think it's cool. I think it's rad the way it unravels. Oogie Boogie unravels, and I think it's cool that Santa Claus essentially stomps out the last bit of life in Oogie Boogie. That last little bug that's walking, and he smashes his little tiny feet, which is something that Tim Burton or Tom Selleck's brother does a lot. Is all their characters have little tiny feet.
they do, yeah.
That's like his hallmark.
Sally has his little tiny feet with those big high heels, the big heel
Yeah.
on it.
Tiny little feet. Yeah, that's cool. I like it. Fucking dope. One-arm
Definitely
bandits,
noticed
man.
that.
You ever heard one-arm bandits?
I've never ever heard that. I like it though. Makes sense.
That's what they are.
So then, Santa Claus, Sandy Claus goes and saves the day, and and then that pretty much rounds out the movie, and he goes back to Christmas Town, and then Jack kind of realizes that he shouldn't have done. This is where he kind of realized that he shouldn't have done what he did, and then realizes that Halloween Town should stay the way it is and not try to steal.
But it snows in Halloween Town, remember?
It does, yeah. Oh, real quick too, we didn't even bring it up, but I think it's in the it's the kidnap the Sandy Claus scene. The three kids bring back the Easter Bunny. Remember that? Yeah. We didn't even touch upon that. They fucking bring the Easter Bunny, and then Jack lets him go.
He's like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, sorry. The thing he said, he apologized. He's just like, "Sorry, I don't mean to do this to you. That's my apologies."
Yeah. I totally forgot about that till right now. But
which actually, in hindsight, like it begs the question. Like that's probably a solid. Like, what if they had brought back like something from St. Patrick's Day?
Ooh,
right?
Yeah.
Like that could have been a little risque. Like that could have been canceled at this point. So that was a safe bet. Could have brought back an ugly ass turkey.
So dumb. So dumb. Boxing Day. What is there a mascot for Boxing Day? Could have gone to that holiday.
Blink is all over this episode. Boxing Day, Jack and Sally,
Yes.
I miss you, all over this episode.
Yeah, you're right. That's
I know.
dumb. That's dumb.
Because Boxing Day is like their fucking worst song. I think Boxing Day may be their worst song.
Dude, that
Throwing
is
it
just
out
so
there.
stupid. I listen.
I would rather
California.
listen to All the Small Things than Boxing Day. I
That's
fucking
really-
hate
that's
All the
even
Small
dumber.
Things.
I re-listened to California. I enjoy it a lot more than I used to. I mean,
Oh,
even
God, dude.
even Los
So
Angeles,
annoying.
even
You're
Los
so
Angeles has gotten a little bit better, but California, the song California is still, that is their worst song, hands down the worst song. It really is. There's some bad shit on 9, but yeah, nothing is worse than the song California.
Do you have 9 on the vinyls?
Yeah, I do have 9 on vinyls. I got it. I mean, the only reason I have it because I got it for so cheap. I got that in California for really, really cheap. So that's the only reason.
I would not buy California.
You wouldn't get it for $15.
Nope.
That's stupid. That's
I wouldn't even buy the fucking deluxe for $15.
That's even dumber.
I might even buy it, just throw it in the fucking dumpster and I leave.
Well, that's wrong. Remember when you told me to do that when I left the record store? I should have just bought it and thrown it away in front of them.
That'd be such a boss move.
So
cool.
dick. So dick. Because, and the way that was too, it wasn't even priced yet. It was just sitting behind the counter. I said, "Oh, how much is that? I'll take it." And he said, "Oh, yeah, $15." And it would have been so disrespectful if I bought it and just threw it away before he even priced it. That would have been even worse.
Like he's trying to hook you up. Just be an asshole.
Shit. All right. So then at the very end, it snows in Halloween Town, and it's
And Jack and
beautiful.
Sally kiss and make up, even though nobody understood that they were chasing each other the whole movie.
Yeah. Even her chasing him was like kind of very loose. Like it wasn't. Her story was more about escaping the tower, escaping her father.
Finkelstein.
Yeah, Finkelstein. That's really was her story. It really, I don't see the love story at all. It's just silly, and it makes the Blink song dumb or dumber, I should say.
Whoa, it's a good song.
Well, that's a great song, but that
Where
that
are
lyric is stupid.
you?
Jesus Christ! All right,
Spoilers.
then that's pretty much it for the movie, and then
Yeah.
the music really. So let's do we have any other factoids on this record or this? Or this
I got
soundtrack or
a couple. I
movie?
got a couple. I got a couple.
What do you got?
Actually, just one.
Okay,
It's not that.
What
It's
is
not
it?
that interesting. But Jack's the first like main Disney character to only be in like a two-tone color scheme, just a black and white.
The first, maybe the only, right?
He might be the only, but yeah,
Yeah,
it's just two-toned. And they wanted like the producer or the execs really pressured. It says Tim Burton, but it was probably Tom Selleck's brother. Really pressured him to have eyeballs in Jack Skellington's head. They're like, you need eyeballs, and he's like, no, not fucking doing it. Not fucking.
No, that would have
doing
been
it.
so weird.
Dude, there's no way. Like, I fucking love it, dude. It's so good. It's so cool
Yeah.
looking.
I think it would have added so much more time and effort to the animation too, having to add eyeballs.
You don't need them.
No, you really don't, because he's
The
the
lack
only
of-
one. He's the only one. Actually, he's the only one out of all the characters that does not have eyeballs.
Yeah,
Now that I'm thinking about it, everybody else has balls, has eyeballs.
has eyeballs.
Yeah,
She rolled her eyeballs at me. I picked them up and rolled them back at her.
I fucking hate that, dude. You've been singing that since I met you over 20 years ago. That's probably like one of the first songs you ever sang when I first met you when we were 14 or whatever. Jesus Christ.
And the freckles song. Don't forget the freckles song. Remember the freckles song?
I do remember the Freckle song.
She's got freckles on her butt. She's pretty.
Oh man. Oh shit.
Just about done with this one, aren't we?
Yeah, seriously. So let's give our final thoughts on the soundtrack movie, and then we'll rate it based off of our world famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, perfect soundtrack. 2 is a good one that you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad one, but give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever seen or heard in this case. So what do you got? Go.
I have this on the vinyls. I have this on the vinyls. It looks nice. It plays nice. I love it. I want to put myself in the shoes of like somebody who has never seen the movie, who has never heard these songs, who knows nothing about it. Sit them down, play the record for them, see how they feel about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See where they end up after it's all over. That would be interesting. I don't think that could possibly happen at this point. But I think this is set up to be a really, really great musical. This is not just like a good Disney movie, which Jimmy knows I love musicals and Disney and plays and all of this stuff. I do. I think this is a little bit better than like your normal Beauty and the Beast, your normal 90s era Disney movies. Not better than Mulan. Mulan's my favorite.
Oh, that's
oh,
Mulan's good, but it's not that good.
Oh, it's that Mulan is that good, my friend. Mulan, don't get me started. Joke my ass right now. Don't even get me
I
started.
really like Mulan, but
Mulan is the goat. Mulan is the goat.
stupid.
I think this is better. This is a, like when we talked about with the Dane episode. I like when musicians go off and do things that they want to do but are kind of out of their element, but you know it's based around like a musician's ear, a musician's thought. This is like a musical that was done by a guy who was fronting a band that was kind of like revolutionary of the time, and even like still today people talk about him. That is just like, what the fuck? That would, like, no one's done that kind of shit ever since then, and that's cool. So this is a soundtrack that was based from the mind of a musician who was already paving new ways, paving new roads.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it was taken over by a Hot Topic crowd, that's just a unfortunate side effect. Whatever. I don't think that destroys its legacy in any way. I also don't listen to the radio. I don't really hang out with people that are that much younger than me outside of like the bar. So I don't know. I don't see people wearing these shirts and shit like that often.
I mean, it was huge back when we were growing up and in high school especially. But yeah, nowadays I don't see it nearly as much.
Honestly, it was the Hot Topic era. It was the Hot Topic era.
Sure.
I think Hot Topic is still a thing, but I don't think it's nearly a thing as what it used to be in any way.
No, I mean, even going into Hot Topic, you and I went into Hot Topic, I think last time I was out in Arizona, so several months ago, and it was so fucking different than when we were going to Hot Topic in high school. It was it's very, very different.
And we shit on Hot Topic a lot, but in high school, Hot Topic was selling a fuck ton of vinyl.
Well, but we weren't buying vinyl in high school.
Well, we could have.
But we were buying CDs. We were buying a lot of CDs, and we were buying, at least I was buying a lot of band shirts and shit like that. But
Hot Topic sold a lot of rare vinyl now. We could have bought.
Which is crazy.
whatever.
Yeah, they don't sell any vinyl now, right?
I don't think so. I think they're like holding on by a thread. I think the mall concept in general is holding on by a thread. Like why go to a mall when you can just go to Amazon?
Yeah.
And it's sad and it's silly and it's the same fucking thing. Like who cares? You're just not talking to people face to face. But I think Nightmare Before Christmas is a Christmas movie more than it is a Halloween movie, and it is one of my top Christmas movies. I watch it every year, no matter what. My kids like it; they watch it with me. They get annoyed when I sing. I sing constantly though, so
Oh, I know.
don't
Dude,
give a
it's
fuck.
all the time. Even
I
when
don't
there's
give
not
a
music
fuck.
playing, you sing.
I'm a shit singer too.
Especially when you get in that pop punk thing that you do.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my
Yeah,
god!
and there's no music playing, and you sing like you try to sing like what's his name from Newfound Glory, and it's just oh man,
Oh yeah.
it's a lot.
I'll go all day. I will go all day. But I think like if are we rating the movie and the soundtrack like separately? Both?
Yeah, we could
What do
do
you
that.
wanna
We could do that. That's fine.
I think the movie's perfect. I think the movie is perfect. I like stop motion. I think it's a lost art. It's like a what do you call the guy that like fucks with your shoes, like the bottom of your shoes, right? Like that
What?
guy. You know the guy that like fucking puts like new soles in
New
your
soles in your
shoes.
shoes? Like a shoe repair guy. I don't know.
They call there's like a is it a cobbler? Is they call them cobblers?
Shoe repairman. Let's see here.
I think they're called cobblers. But yeah, like it's a lost art.
Yes,
It's
you're
a
right.
lost-
Cobblers.
It's a cobbler, right?
Cobblers men's shoes. I've never ever heard that name before, but yeah, no, that's real.
because
Cobblers.
we wear shoes that are just glued or sewed to like like Vans. The
Yeah.
rubber sole is rubber sole. Beatles, good
Ooh.
album, overrated band.
Perfect album.
The rubber sole is just it's just sewed to the canvas. Whatever. It's a lost art. It's a lost art. That's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at. The stop motion, this claymation stuff is a lost art. When things come out like Coraline how have you not fucking seen Coraline?
I haven't been opposed to watching it. I've never.
Oh my god, dude, Coraline is so good.
reason.
Coraline's another one too that I watch. I watch probably like once every 6 months, and like Kelly loves it. It's a fucking fantastic movie. Nick loves it. It's a fantastic movie. Soundtrack is phenomenal. They Might Be Giants. The singer for the Might Be Giants, like the best song in the entire movie, he wrote and sang the song. Oh my god, it's so good. It's like butter. But I think watching Nightmare Before Christmas, you put yourself. Oh, then another tidbit. Going back a little factoid. There's only like 3 shots in the entire movie that were not done at a slower speed. That were done at like normal pacing, and it was some stupid shit. And the last one that was done was when the bugs are falling into the pit of lava. That was one that was done at like normal pacing. So it was a total of like 4 seconds of film. Otherwise, the entire movie is shot in that stop motion.
That's
Stop
crazy.
motion thing, and that's unreal, right? That's fucking so
Yeah.
cool.
It's so.
I
tedious.
like, and not to like diminish anybody sitting behind a desk or computer, copying and pasting things to make a really cool movie, because I don't know, who cares, right? A movie's a movie. If it's great, it's great. Don't care. But
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about this kind of like quote unquote old school style of cutting tape, as it
Yeah.
were.
Oh, totally.
And I think that's something that's just never going to happen again. And I think this is a good stopping point,
Yeah.
because even though Coraline's a great movie, it is nowhere near like this kind of level of intensity, nowhere near this kind of level of popularity. Even Chicken Run did really well in theaters. Chicken Run did really well with the kids, but it's nowhere near a cult classic like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Did Tom
is.
Selleck's brother do Chicken Run too?
I don't think he did Chicken Run. No,
Because he did the Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was really good, the Wes Anderson movie. But
I think Chicken Run was done by the guys that did Wallace and Gromit, because they all had like the
Okay.
weird sunken in eyes with like the big old eyebrows. Thing,
Yeah,
the
you're
hanging
right, yeah.
Eyebrows, caveman eyebrows. So I think as a movie, I think it's perfect. I absolutely think it's perfect. I think everything about this is just, god damn, it's just a period piece that is just like, man, I wish we could get back to that. Not just like listening to Nirvana in the mid 90s and think like, oh yeah, that stays in the 90s. I get it. Like this is something like, damn, I wish people would take the time to perfect their craft the way this did. The soundtrack, The soundtrack, I don't think it's perfect. I think it's slightly below. There's a couple songs I think drag a little bit slower. You take the movie out of the soundtrack, I don't think it's as great. And I'm just kind of coming up with this now because I think the movie's better than the soundtrack. The soundtrack is still fucking great. I think the soundtrack's like 2.8. I give the soundtrack 2.8. I give the movie 3.0. Done.
Damn, dude, look at you.
That's it.
That's okay. That's fine.
That's what I do.
All right, my final thoughts. I agree with a lot of what you said. I love I absolutely respect the amount of time, effort, and work that was put into making this movie. It's just, it blows my mind how long of a movie this is, and just the details of it. Like we talked about, there were like over 100 different Jack Skellington heads. Like just that right there it's unreal. It's fucking unreal. I just love the attention to detail, but I also love how kind of still bootleg it looks, but it should look that way. Nothing about this it looks perfect, but I love it for it. I think I do also agree with you. The movie is better than the soundtrack. I do think the soundtrack is awesome, but there are definitely low points. They're not filler, but they're good songs.
Damn
not
close
bangers.
to filler though. Damn close to filler.
Yeah, they're kind of close to filler, yeah. And that's not a knock to Danny Elfman because he really is really, really great. But in the end, it's still overrated. It's still not as good as everyone says it is. Even you're wrong. I'm going to have to I'll give the movie a 2.5 and I'll give the soundtrack a 2.25. Because the story isn't that great, dude. It's really not. It's shocking how kind of mediocre the story is. It's different. Yeah, I'll give you that much. It's different, but it's still not, it's not fleshed out very well. And I think the reason is because of the stop motion animation. They focus so much on that it took away from the actual story, the actual writing of the story, because they were so limited on how they can tell the story.
I think the story would have been better if they completely omitted Sally, and if Jack was a little bit more complex. I think he's very selfish and kind of a douchebag.
Yes, exactly.
I think that would have helped, but I think that comes with just Tim Burton not being there. It was based off of a poem, and I read the poem. The poem's it's a fucking long ass poem too. Long ass fucking poem.
So it's more like a short story than a poem.
Yeah, it's a fucking. I hate these poems. You think poem? When I think poem, I think like
what,
haiku.
3-4 stanzas.
That's all I want. Haiku.
That's it?
Give me haiku. 575, whatever the fuck it is. That's all I want. One line.
You want Shel Silverstein? That's all you want.
But not his voice, because his voice is weird. That
yes.
kind of ruined it for me.
All right, so you gave this a perfect 3, which is wrong. I gave it a 2.5 out of 3. Yeah, I don't know. Do we have anything else on this one? All right.
That's it.
Thank you all for listening to the podcast. You know the drill. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. 5 stars only. Tell all your friends because we are the best podcast in the world. Thank you all for listening. Stay tuned for the next one because we're actually going to be in the same room. Jeff and I will be in the same room podcasting. I'm not going to tell you what album yet, but it's going to be good, I hope. And that's it. That's all.
He says that in the poem it goes, and laying his finger on the side of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney he rose. That's from the fucking poem. Yeah. Yeah. So when Santa Claus puts his finger on the side of his nose and like gets sucked up that little chute, that's straight out of The Night Before Christmas.
No way.
How fucking cool is that?
I didn't even notice he does that in the movie. Wow.
It makes no sense why he does it. Why does Santa Claus put his fucking finger on his nose anyway? I keep doing it as I say it too. I don't know why, but I keep.
Yeah.
She rolled her eyeballs at me. I picked them up and rolled them back at her.
I fucking hate that, dude. You've been singing that since I met you over 20 years ago. That's probably like one of the first songs you ever sang when I first met you when we were 14 or whatever. Jesus Christ.
And the Freckles song. Don't forget the Freckles song. Remember the Freckles song?
I do remember the Freckles song.
She's got freckles on her butt. She's pretty.